Hey everyone, Dan here, and it's literally 1 in the morning, and something came to me, and I think I might have a better idea who Christian Bale is going to be playing in the new Thor movie, Love and Thunder. Now, today or yesterday, Tessa Thompson confirmed that Christian Bale is going to be playing the villain in Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, we had been hearing that he's been circling around the movie for a while, and Tessa says she's read the script and Christian Bale's playing the bad guy. So, confirmed at this point. Or at least we believe it all is. Anyway, so I've been looking online and hearing people's theories of who he's going to play. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be Adam Warlock, but I'm not buying that one because Warlock seems to be James Gunn's character to play with, and I don't think he's going to give that up. He's set it up quite a bit, so I don't think it's going to be Adam Warlock. The other one people seem to like is Gore, the God Butcher. I'm not that familiar with the character, but he doesn't strike me as a character that, yeah, I think you'd want somebody a little more physical than Bale. I don't know, just doesn't click for me. So I pulled up a list of Thor villains, and I came across one that included a character that I wasn't that familiar with, but as I did some digging, made a lot of sense. And it makes a lot more sense to the other things we know about the film. So let's go with this. We know that Jane Foster's coming back, Natalie Portman, and at some point she's going to become Thor, or at least she's going to have the hammer, and, but currently Mjolnir is destroyed. So we got to come up with a new hammer for her to become Thor. There's also been a lot of talk about introducing Beta Ray Bill at this point, and he has a hammer. So now we'd have to get a hammer for Jane and a hammer for Beta Ray Bill just to make all this happen. Now, if you're doing a story about Gore the God Butcher, that's a lot of extra stuff to pack in there that doesn't feels like that in itself, where these hammers came from, stuff like that, would be an important part. And that doesn't fit Gore's storyline. But it does fit a different character story. A villain that also fits better into what we've been seeing with Thor. Most of Thor's problems have come from his family. I mean, first movie, he's dealing with Loki and the actions of his dad. The second movie is Malekith, who is getting revenge for what Borson did, Thor's grandfather. And third movie is Hela, which is his sister. So what if the fourth movie, we're introduced to Cole, Odin's older brother, who he had imprisoned, and when he's freed, decides to take revenge on Asgard because he feels that he's the rightful king. So, where we're at in the movie line, in the comics, it's from a comic series called Fear Itself, and he gets a hold of these hammers of Worthy, which are just like Thor's hammer Mjolnir, and he gives them out to people, but when they take them, they become his, basically his soldiers. They're under his sway, and he gives them to big characters like Hulk and Thing and different characters like that, and Thor ends up having to fight these guys. Okay, so in the setup we've got now, what if somewhere on one of the 9 realms or in deep space, an alien group comes across and finds the prison that Cole is in and releases him, and one of those aliens stays with him. Maybe it's a good alien who was trying to help and ends up getting caught up in it, gets the first hammer of Worthy, and becomes Beta Ray Bill, but under Cole's command. Cole then goes to Earth because that's where Asgard is now, being that the actual Asgard's destroyed. So he then picks some Earthlings to give him to, maybe Hulk, maybe Jane Foster. So now we've got a hammer, and maybe that alien is Beta Ray Bill. So now we've got hammers in all the hands we need them. And he's playing the bad guy. And Thor, of course, would have to come back to deal with it. So you've got your villain. You've got the family connection. You've got the reason the hammers are all coming out. And I mean, I'm sure they could lace a story together around that. But it gives Jane Foster the hammer without having to do the cancer storyline, which is something Taika has made mention he didn't want to do. Also, with the tones of the movie he did, that's a pretty heavy thing to deal with. So, these hammers of Worthy and Cole kind of make more sense to me than Gore the God Butcher or Adam Warlock. It kind of fits in where we're at. And that's my theory, is that Christian Bale is going to play Thor's uncle, Cole Borson. Let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and comment down below if you think I'm wrong. He's totally going to be Gore, or he's going to be Adam Warlock, or Ulik the Troll, or maybe even Galactus. I don't know. I'm starting to think he's going to be Cole. So let me know what you think. Post below. Also, hit the like, subscribe, that stuff. But we'll find out if I'm right. Have a good night.